Hello again everyone, Dr. Dan Bockmann here. Today we're going to talk about the early warning signs that your back is about to go out. Again, that's not a real medical term, but it's a commonly used one. And it basically means you're about to have a lot of back pain, or throwing your back out, people call it. Very often, especially if you had back pain before, you know how suddenly that can hit you. And as a chiropractor, understandably, I see a ton of back pain cases. About half of the patients who walk in to see me have back pain. The other half have extremity problems, knees, hips, joint, foot, ankle, elbow, all those other areas. But back pain is a big one, and it affects 80% of Americans at least sometime in their life. But the thing about back pain is very often your body will give you advanced warning. It'll give you a hint that something's wrong without going full-blown, I can't get off the floor back pain. If you know how to recognize those early signs, you can often prevent it. So, for example, if you've been, and I'll say this usually happens after you've done maybe even a couple of days of unusual activity. Maybe you did yard work, which is an occasional thing, right? You had to mow the yard and trim and edge. And then you had to wash your car or wash the dog, which is another famous trigger for back pain. And then sometimes it's a couple days of not enough rest and some unusual activity your back's not prepared for. And then you move in some kind of innocuous move, daily activity, and you feel a little twinge. Oftentimes you get a little twinge or a little spasm. It's not painful, but you notice it and it feels like, oh, it feels a little stiff when I bent forward like that. That's your back telling you, hey, there's something wrong. We need to get, it's usually a flexibility problem, by the way. Your hips and hamstrings and glutes probably too tight. Maybe your IT bands are too tight. Maybe your core isn't strong enough. Something is not quite up to snuff, whose job it is to take care of your back, and your back is letting you know things might get bad very soon. So if you notice that kind of thing, don't just brush it off as, oh yeah, I strained it a little bit and it just felt a little tight. If you know what to do to get your flexibility and your core strength up, do that. If you've been dehydrated, hydrate, because dehydrated muscles are much more likely to cramp, which is where most of back pain comes from, is protective muscle spasm around your back. And very often, if you identify, hey, that was the warning shot across my bow, that my back's about to go out, you can prevent it from happening in the first place. So your body's trying to help you out there. So anyway, I hope that helps. If you notice any of those signs, see if you can stop your back pain from coming, especially if you had a bunch in the past. You'll probably recognize those early warning signs. If that's been helpful, great. Subscribe below. If you have a question you'd like me to answer, leave that as a comment in the comment section below. I'd like to get back to you with a personal video answer with that too. See you guys next time inside.